My name is Jonathan Middleton. I am here with Eli Bornowsky, my co-curator, and artist Pierre Vassura. We're at Pierre's solo exhibition at the Richmond Art Gallery, which is titled New Work, 1983 to 2018. Pierre, we got to know your work sort of initially by an email, and we were both intrigued by the idea that this was about a life's work.
Yes.
This was a large body of work. And then when we looked at that website that Ludmila put together, and we were very struck, I think, by how unique your work was and how interesting it was. So we didn't know exactly what our future would be in terms of making exhibitions, but we wanted to see your work and meet you.
You guys came out and gave me the opportunity to realize a lifelong dream, showing my work and showing it in Richmond itself.
Yeah. This gallery, Richmond Art Gallery, was the first idea that we had to show this work, because you've lived and worked in Richmond for so long, 35 years, right? You've been here?
I am here from 38 years. Yes.
38 years
38
in Richmond.
Years, yes. I am from Italian origin, was born in Romagna, who is one department of northern Italy. My father was an architect, my mother a school teacher, and I am a ceramic technician and engineer. I worked in the ceramic field in Europe and in several continents for 25 years. At the end of the 70s, I decided to quit the ceramic world and move somewhere else. Fortunately, my wife had a brother living in British Columbia. I came to visit him at the end of the 79. I found the place beautiful. There was many less people than there are today, and I found the place, a right place to come and work. So I decided at the beginning of January 1980 to move to British Columbia.
Pierre, Eli and I were talking as we were on our way on the train here. We were thinking a lot about your interest in stories.
Yes.
And that a lot of your work has to do with fables,
Yes.
classic works of literature like Dante
Yes.
and others. What is it? Is there something particularly about stories that and fables that felt like a natural subject matter for your work?
I think I am the eternal kid.
Aha.
And I see in stories what the kids sees in story. Stories are wonderful. Stories are beautiful. Stories help you to survive. Life around us, it is every day more difficult. Then they tell you something different than the life we have today.
Right.
Today we have a running life and no time for nothing. The stories they go in the eternity. The stories have one beginning but no end. They have no end. The stories, the story are the soul of the human being. They are the mind of the human being. They are the memory of the human being. They are to me, they are everything. They are everything. Yeah.
There's some distinction to a lot of these works that's very design, strong graphic sensibility, strong symmetries, just a graphic design sensibility that I think is very impressive. But I wondered if there was something in your work that led you in that direction, or where you learned to appreciate some of these sort of strong design sensibilities.
I have worked, like I told you, worked for 25 years in the ceramic field. Mm-hmm. In the ceramic field, you have forms, and the form is very important to me. I call it analogy, because of the different forms are used in my work, but they are used in different times to give different effects.
So almost a visual lexicon, right? A visual alphabet that you're working with.
It's like a visual alphabet, an alphabet of forms. Then in different works, the same forms tells you different things. Yeah, you are right, like an alphabet, absolutely.
Or language.
Like it's a language, yes. Yeah. It's a language, it's a language. Yeah, you got it.
Can I ask about your relation to color? And in many cases, we have a polychromatic world. This whole space is like a multicolored world.
I use the 4 basic colors: the red, the blue, the green, the yellow, and the black, and the white. So there are 6 basic colors.
And you're working mostly in enamel paint in terms of the painting of it.
Yes,
it's enamel paint, which is a challenging kind of paint to use.
Yeah,
right?
it's a challenging kind of paint. Yes, yes.
Is it opaque? Can you fill in one of these shapes with one go, or do you have to do multiple layers to get?
Multiple.
Okay, so.
Oh yeah, it takes a crazy time.
Yeah.
It takes a crazy time. Crazy time. Yeah.
So you.
I passed between 8 and 10 hours per day working on those works here for almost 40 years. Yeah.
That's quite a. You must be a good meditator.
I'm not a good meditator, no. I was paying attention to what I was doing. Oh yes, I was paying attention to what I was doing because I don't like mistakes. And if you see my works, they are very, very, very precise. I hate mistakes, and I hate to do it again.
That comes across.
Yes.
I think.
Once it's done, it's done. If it's done okay, it's okay. If it's not done okay, get away.
Yeah. And then the texture, I think a lot of people will be interested the way your works have both a very kind of precise line to them. Like if we look at behind us at the Carbonari or the works on the wall of the animals, that there are, you have a very clean line that I think you've freehand painted, right? And then the other thing I think that sort of plays kind of against that in an interesting way is that you have a very textured surface on a lot of your works, the marionettes, the puppets, these paintings here, and the sculptures behind us all have some sand or something mixed in with the enamel to give it a texture.
No. They are done. The sand and the sand is mixed with glue.
Okay.
The glue and the sand, they are applied on the wood. Mm-hmm. When they are dry, they are painted.
We also wanted to talk a little bit about the more sort of theatrical works, the performative works in this exhibition. Specifically, we have some marionettes that you've produced, but also a puppet theater and some of the characters for that theater. Do you want to say some words about?
It's a souvenir of childhood. When I was probably 6 or 7 or 8 or something like that, outside of the house of my grandfather, there was a small theater with a puppeteer, and we children were sitting there for hours to look at this marionette, to go here and there, and we were listening to the story. They came back. They came back at a certain age, and they said, why should I not put those characters in small sculpture and build a small puppet theater? And they did.
Pierre, when you arrived today at the gallery, it seemed to me that this was like a new way of looking at your own work. Absolutely.
I saw it exposed for the first time. I saw many years of work being put together not by me but by somebody else who understood 100% how my work was developing and was developed during those years, I wouldn't have exposed my work in a better way.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That makes us very happy.
Yeah.